Hi there, welcome back to Paint the Kitchen Red. I'm Nina and today's recipe is a family favorite. This Instant Pot soup reminds me a lot of a chowder, except it's not as heavy. With shrimp, potatoes, and corn, this soup is taken to the next level with the addition of Chipotle chiles in adobo sauce, which makes it kind of spicy, but in a good way. You can also omit the chiles. It's still a tasty, creamy soup that you're gonna love. Details coming up in a second. And here are the ingredients that you're going to need for this recipe. 3 slices of bacon chopped into small pieces, 1 cup of diced onion, 1.5 cups of potatoes that are cut into small, about 1/3 of an inch cubes, 2 teaspoons of Chipotle chiles in adobo sauce, and those are diced. And you can get a pre-diced Chipotle chiles in a bottle. You can use that as well. I actually like that because I can just use it as needed and store it in the fridge as opposed to opening a can. 1 teaspoon of chopped garlic, 1.5 cups of chicken stock, or you can use Instant Pot seafood stock, and I'll put a link to that in the notes because I have a recipe on my blog for that, which is made from just the shrimp shells, and it's so easy to make. 1/4 cup of dry white wine, 1/2 cup of whole milk, 1 tablespoon of all-purpose flour, 3/4 of a cup of chopped celery, 1 cup of frozen corn kernels, 1/4 cup of heavy cream, 1/2 pound of shrimp that's been peeled and deveined, 3/4 of a teaspoon of salt or to taste, 1/2 teaspoon of black pepper, and 1/2 teaspoon of dried thyme. Program the Instant Pot to saute mode and add the bacon and saute it until it's crisp and crumbly. Once it's nicely browned, add the onions, celery, garlic, and saute these ingredients until the onions are no longer raw. Add the flour and stir the flour for about 30 seconds to a minute. At some point, the flour will start sticking to the bottom and it can start browning. Before it gets too brown or burnt, you want to deglaze with the white wine and scrape up all the brown bits at the bottom of the Instant Pot. This is really important because we have the flour and that can cause the burn message. So you want to make sure all the brown bits are scraped up and the bottom of the Instant Pot is completely clean before you start adding the rest of the ingredients and pressure cooking. Add in the broth, the milk, the potatoes, the corn, the salt, pepper, and thyme. Add the Chipotle chiles and stir them in to incorporate them into the soup. Now close the lid and pressure cook for 1 minute on high pressure. Then do a quick release. When the float valve drops, open the lid. Add the shrimp to the soup right away along with the heavy cream. The shrimp is going to cook in the residual heat of the Instant Pot, so you want to close the lid as soon as you can so you don't lose any heat. If you have trouble closing the lid, put the steam release into venting position for a second, close the lid, and put it back into sealing position. Set a timer for 10 minutes, open the lid, and your shrimp soup should be ready to be served. I like to garnish the soup with green onions and parsley. I hope you enjoyed this recipe. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you next time.